Well, the phone rang. My daughter was only a freshman, it's pretty young, and it was prom. The boy was 6'5". He was a senior. I wasn't excited about that. I wanted to make absolutely sure, though, that I made a impact on the high school the next time the phone rang and somebody asked my daughter for a date. I picked up the phone. In fact, I was answering the phone every time it rang because I knew that boy was probably going to call. I said, hello. He said, hello. He said, is Jamie there? And I said, what do you want? Now, I'm an old football coach and football player, and so the football came out of me a little bit. I said, what do you want? He said, I want to talk to Jamie. And I said, what about? And he said, well, I want to ask her to the prom. And I said, well, maybe you better ask her father first. He said, well, can I take her? And I said, well, I want you to ask me in person. And he said, in person? And I said, yeah, in person. He said, I don't want to go that bad. I said, Josh, you're 6'5", you're the biggest hoodlum, you're the biggest kid in the high school. Surely you got the guts to come over and ask the old man. Now, I was going to let her go to prom under very careful circumstances. I wasn't going to let her date. She was a freshman, but I was going to let her go to a school function. But I wanted to make sure that Josh and all the other boys knew that those were Daddy's little girls that they were going to be dancing with at the prom. So Josh came over. Now, I have large friends because I run sports camps. My biggest friend, his name's Stefan. He's 6'9", and he weighs 300 or more pounds. So Stefan puts on a black suit and a black tie and black sunglasses, and he's standing in front of the front door like eclipse of the front door, like he's in the CIA. I have another friend who's a soldier, and he got camo, hat and camo shirt. He's a, combat, and he had combat boots on. And he had my son's deer rifle, and he was standing next to Stefan with the rifle. We got a little carried away. So here comes this high school senior thinking he's, the center on the basketball team, and he was the biggest thing in the high school. So Stefan began to interrogate him, and he stepped into him and he said, Josh, he said, I hear you want to take Jamie Joe to the prom. And Josh looked up at a man for the first time in his life, and he said, yes, sir. And Stefan said, Josh, Jamie Joe's my little sister. And Josh says, oh, wow, sir, I didn't know that, sir. And then the soldier looked at the boy and he said, hey, you've been out smoking dope and burning American flags, haven't you? And the kid goes, man, I don't even like matches. Give me a break, man. So I just came out after that interrogation. I said, hey, Josh, what time are you going to bring my daughter home? And he's thinking like 8:30? Is that early enough? Funny thing about that, and Jamie was in the bushes filming, by the way. We have a videotape of this if you think I'm lying. But 4 years later, a boy called Courtney to take her on a car date to the prom, and I want to make sure she double dated. And when he called, I answered the phone, and I said, Peter, I said, you know who this is? And he said, I've heard about you, man. It was 4 years later, and the reputation was still strong in the school. Folks, dating is not about age. Dating is about the right attitude. Dating is about the right relationship. And some people say, well, when my child is 16, they're ready to date. Well, maybe, maybe not. When a child's 14, sometimes they're ready to do things with boys or with girls in certain circumstances. But it's about you as a parent thinking through the circumstances, whether 14 or 16 or 18. It's thinking through the circumstances and thinking through the maturity of the child in those circumstances and adjusting the circumstances to match the maturity, to match the honesty, to match the ability to follow the rules, to make sure that you know the boy or the girl that they're going out with and that you're comfortable with the plans that person has. To think that your child's 16, now they're free to go anywhere they want to go. Be careful, because terrible, awful things are happening to kids under the dating title in the day in which you and I live. So as a parent, make sure that they have responsibility in their life. Make sure they're ready to go on the date. Double dating, group dating, showing the maturity to go on single dating. When you get some of those basics done, then it's easier to say, now my child is ready to go out on their first car date.